Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This week's brand overview is Eucerin. Now, when I started these brand overview videos last year, they were immediately popular, immediately up there with my most viewed. And I kind of did them by accident, to be honest. So now that I'm doing with a bit more of a format, I wanted to immediately sort of answer your requests. And your most requested products are affordable and available on the high street. Now, Eucerin is available in Boots and on boots.com, so hopefully that ticks both of those boxes for you. I'm going to try and break it down into usable nuggets of information. If I tell you this is a comprehensive range and that trying to cherry pick from it has been hard, I am massively understating it. I'm going to go through basically what I've sort of got out, and it's all in front of me, sorry. I have the dry skin section, I have the sensitive stroke allergic, just a bit heated section. Then I have sort of an anti-aging area, which includes dehydration and wrinkle problems and things like that. And then I have the Blemish dermopurifier section. I'm going to start with dry and then a bit of housekeeping. Underneath, I'm going to list everything I talk about, and next to it, instead of just having a link to the product, I'm going to give you like 5 keywords, like I do sometimes at the beginning of a brand review on the blog. 5 keywords as to who that product is for, because I know it's a lot of information, and trust me when I tell you that you will fall into probably 3 categories at least. I can use something from pretty much every single category here, so it really comes down to what you really need, how your skin really feels at the moment, the weather where you live, everything like that. But you'll know as we go on. Any questions, leave them below. I will try and get to them as soon as I can, and let's crack on with Eucerin. Okay, let's start with what I think they are mainly known for, and certainly what I knew them for when I first started in the industry 20 years or so ago. First of all, I thought Eucerin were around as long as me. No, they're 100 years old, over 100 years old. They are dermatologist led, and that will immediately stick in your mind when I say the term do no further harm. Everything about this brand is designed to do no further harm, which is a very doctor-like statement. It is all designed to cool and calm and soften and hydrate and moisturize, which, as I've said hundreds of times on the blog, a cool, calm, hydrated skin is generally a very well-behaved one. Let's start with what I would call the backbone of the range, which is the dry skin range, because it includes face, hands, feet, lips, body. I've picked out 3 with a quick special mention for a couple of others. If you have a traditionally dry skin, now I'm talking to you if your skin feels tight, if you cleanse your face and you feel like you've stripped it, but you know you haven't used a product that's too strong, it's just that your skin doesn't have a lot of oil to lose anyway, and it feels really tight, borderline sore, you would have what we would call a dry skin. There are 2 products. There is a day and a night. They look like this. The day cream is designed to be used under makeup, and the night cream is a tad richer so that you can really beef up the oil reserves in the skin overnight. They both contain 5% urea, which is basically a massive moisture magnet and helps the skin retain all the moisture that you're putting onto it. Lip balm. I love this lip balm. I've been wearing it literally the whole of this freezing cold wintry period. Again, perfect for a dry lip situation and obviously all skin types. Special mentions go out to the foot and the hand cream. They are particularly brilliant. They have ceramides, they have the urea. They are wonderful if you know that you have cracked skin on your hands, you have dry, cracked heels. Special mention, but I'm not going to dwell on them because I have a ton of product to get through. Okay, let's say that you feel like you have a dry skin, but what you're really concerned about is how sensitive it is. If you know your skin is uber sensitive, if you put a product on it and it goes, what is that? And it goes bright red and you can feel the heat rising. If that happens to you on a regular basis, there is a product for you. If it not only you feel the heat rising, but you can see on your skin that you've had a reaction, if you get redness on the cheeks, if it's really burning hot to the touch, that more of the tangible effects of having a sensitive skin, then there is an anti-redness product for you that is probably better. Here's how you differentiate. First of all, we're going to break it down into Are you normal to combination and sensitive, or are you dry and sensitive? Depending on where you sit in that, you would be either or the other of ultra sensitives. There are two of them, as mentioned. This is if your skin is always borderline reactive. So you don't really see the signs of it, but you can feel it under the skin. You might feel mildly irritated, it might feel hot. You might know, you know that you kind of react to things really easily. You would be ultra sensitive. Now, if your skin goes a step further and you do react to things frequently and you get red cheeks, or you come out in what you think is hives, I'm not saying you are, but it feels red, it feels itchy, and you have things that you can see on the skin rather than just feel it from underneath, you are anti-redness. Now, this is designed to give massive comfort to a skin that has reacted to something. So this one is, I feel like my skin might react to something, and it feels like that quite a lot. It's kind of on a sensitive scale, it sits here and it wavers. And the anti-redness is my skin tips over the edge on a regular basis, and I am frequently red and annoyed. This is you. Let's move to dehydration. Now, dehydration, this is turning into a proper skin cheat sheet, I know it is, but I will make it as clear as I can underneath. Dehydration is you don't have a particularly dry skin, you don't have particularly combination skin, you may have both of those things. Anyone can be dehydrated. If your problem is water loss on the skin, your symptoms will be your foundation absorbs by midday and goes patchy because your face has absorbed all the water from your foundation and left you with pigment, and so it just looks discolored and it's not sitting properly on your skin. You haven't been well, it's really hot where you live, it's really freezing cold where you live. Most of us are dehydrated a lot of the time. It's also, though, that one of the easiest ones to treat because you flood the skin with water. If you flood it just with water on its own, it doesn't really do much. If you flood it with a formula that is designed to help your skin retain its own moisture and contains hyaluronic acid, you are onto a winner. And in Eucerin land, that gives you aquaporin. So I'm covered in boxes, sorry. You're looking at this on the shelf, people. It looks like this. Again, really, really lovely formulas. Absorb instantaneously, nothing heavy on the skin. Doesn't feel greasy, doesn't feel heavy, but has an immediate shot of moisture, which is what you are after. So if you're dehydrated, think aqua, which is water. Easy to remember. Let's come on to what I think is going to be the most popular. This is for you, excuse the banging around, but as I said, there is a lot going on my table. If you are worried about fine lines, wrinkles, signs of dehydration, signs of aging that aren't particularly bad, but you've kind of lost your oomph and you know that it's because you just want to get a bit of bounce and life back into your skin, you're looking at Hyaluron-Filler. Now, this is the name of the range. I have picked technically 5 items, but one's a starter kit. 4 items. There is a serum, 2 day creams, a night cream, and then the starter kit, so you can just have a look at what's out there if you just want to have a play before you commit. Serum, this is a concentrate, Hyaluron-Filler concentrate, looks like that. There are 6 5ml vials. Please hold, caller. Now, all airtight, really soft packaging, really easily dispensed, and really light. So you could technically use this under any of the other ranges. It is a beautiful light serum designed to immediately show that sort of plumpness and relief from fine lines and wrinkles. Now, being Eucerin, they cater again to the skin types within that demographic. If you are normal to combination with fine lines and wrinkles, then you are Hyaluron-Filler day cream for normal to combination skin. Looks like this. Probably the easiest packaging to use. Pump, super easy to absorb. That is easy, simple, done. If you are slightly drier and so the skin I described before, but you have fine lines that you're worried about too, this does the job of both. So you have a night cream and a day cream. They look like this. This is for you if you are a certain age, you don't like the mild signs of aging, I would call them, in that, and it's not I'm not talking about aging as a negative thing. You know me, people, that is not my style. But if you look at your skin and think, there's a bit of lackluster, I need a bit more bounce, that is where the Hyaluron-Filler comes in. Now, there is a starter kit. It is a 20 ml day cream with SPF 15, the night cream and the boost. There is one of the serums in it. So, you know, if you're not sure, you can always have a look at that and see how you go. Let's go up a step briefly from that and talk about if your signs of aging are what you are concerned about, full stop. Then you are going to be at the top end of Eucerin, which is the Elasticity+Filler. Now this is designed, oh, I could use it as a massage tool. Don't do that, Caroline, no one needs to see that. This is designed to support the appearance of wrinkles and elasticity on the skin. So you're talking, if you feel like you wake up and you go, like I've said recently, you look in a mirror and you go, that's not what I look like. If you look in the mirror and say, that's not what I look like, you might want to look at the Elasticity+Filler range. Really easily described, really easily to pick which one is for you. No complicated, big systems. It's just when you find which area you know that you land in, and then you just literally choose whether you're a combination or a dry. It's so good. All right, if amongst your signs of aging you're more worried about pigmentation, then you are even brighter. That is the name of the range. I'm not really describing your fabulous personality. There are a few products that, again, I've cherry picked. They look like this. Sorry, I really should be focusing. There is a pigmentation, I call it a pigmentation stick. It's actually called, what's it called? Pigment Reducing Spot Corrector. This you dab on, leave it, go about your business. It helps to reduce tiny little spots where you've got pigmentation. If, however, your concern is more broad than that and you are worried about anything from hyperpigmentation to melasma, bearing in mind when you go into the sun it is always going to pop back up. But if you want to treat it and keep it down, they have the same system for pigmentation as they do for the wrinkle filler, as it were. So there is even brighter day cream, night cream and serum. They look like this. Now these are clinically proven to reduce melanin at its source, meaning you put them on your skin and it tells your skin to calm down. There is a whole other scientific discussion to be had about tyrosine and tyrosine inhibitors. That is in here. That's why it's called Even Brighter Clinical. So if pigmentation is your concern, it's pretty clear which range you delve into. Even Brighter is for you. Again, there is a serum treatment, the concentrate, and then there is the day and the night. And then just touching on, let's say you've done all of this, you have to protect it. So if you are protecting your pigmentation damage and you are going in the sun, you're going to need SPF. Now, I'm off to LA next week. By the time you see this, I will be packing, I do believe. I'm going to take this with me. There are varying forms. So not only are they using sun care that has an appropriate SPF and a UVA and a UVB protection, they are also doing it whether or not you have an oily skin or a drier skin. You know how sometimes you have what some people, your friends might describe it as a brilliant SPF, and then you use it and it feels really greasy? Not the case. So here is a selection, and just to give you an idea, extra light SPF 30 and the anti-age SPF 30. And then if you are really oily, there are things like sun fluid mattifying SPF 30. So something for everyone in terms of sun protection. Again, anything that is appropriate to be used on small children is labelled, and I will make sure that is clear in the description box below. Okay, let's do blemishes. The Dermo Purifying range is brilliant for numerous reasons, and I have picked out 2 products that I think not only are good for that particular skin type, but one of them is entirely suitable for all of us and is a nighttime acid treatment. So it looks like this, by the way. I know I should be showing you more. Bad blogger, bad blogger. Let's do the soothing first. So adjunctive soothing cream looks like this. If you are doing something to your skin that is making it peel, red, angry, dry, it is super nourishing, super soothing. That's a lot of suz. Loaded with licorice extract, which is a massive anti-inflammatory. Beautiful, if that is your concern. Now, for the rest of us, here's where it's a bit cheeky and we're sort of jumping in onto their bandwagon. Obviously, if you have those issues, this is designed for you to use in the evening. This is the skin renewal treatment. It looks like this. This is a 10% acid mix. Now it's glycolic, salicylic, and polyhydroxy acids. And if you follow me, you'll know exactly how all of those work. They're anti-aging, they work like Pac-Man on the surface of the skin, and they help the skin retain moisture, which makes me think we should all be using something like this in the nighttime. So if you've been looking for a nighttime treatment that will help you with signs of aging, it will help with your pore sizes, for example, it will help with scarring, old scarring. So I don't think that this is exclusive to that category of blemish prone. I think if you have any of those aforementioned symptoms, things wrong with your skin that you can identify, it might well be worth giving this a go. As much as it has 10% acid, it feels really gentle on the skin. Allow me. Now let's just hope that we're in focus. Oh, also, I have this weird addiction to smelling skincare that doesn't really smell of anything. I can't explain it, people. We all know I'm a bit nuts that way. Now, I'm going to give you a brief overcap because I understand that this is a lot of information and it seems like it's a lot of products and I might have made them sound like they do similar functions. What I want to do is make it as easy for you as possible to cherry pick what you need, like I said before. So the briefest of overcaps, the range is entirely suitable for you if you have a red, agitated skin, if you have an acne prone skin, if you are aging. Basically, they do make something for everyone, including the smallest children to a more mature skin who wants a bit more plumpness. It is divided into categories that are, once you have been sort of talked through, they are much easier to identify than if you're just standing in front of a shelf. I hope I have made it a bit easier for you. The basics are the dry skin range, and when I say basics, I would call it, in the industry we would say the bread and butter. Your bread and butter is the dry skin range, and that is for face, hands, feet, body, hair. There's a whole section. So if dry skin is your concern, you are sort of easy to take care of. You'll get instant relief. Your skin will immediately feel like it has had a boost of moisture and it lasts a long time because of the urea. If you have a sensitized skin, you are looking at the ultra sensitive range, and they have split it for you into dry skin and normal to combination, because a lot of the times if you buy a product for a sensitive skin, you'll find it's loaded with shea butter and maybe not appropriate for someone who gets acne. So they've taken care of that. If you not only have a sensitized skin, but you show the result of that on your face, i.e. it's tangible. You see the redness, you feel little red bumps, you know that you might be allergic to things, but you're not entirely sure why, but you don't have psoriasis or eczema, you know that you just have a skin that's annoyed with you, then you are anti-redness. That is this one. And again, I will put notes below. I'm going to try and make it as easy as possible for you. I just want you to get into it and, it's just, okay, calm down, Caroline. Aquaporin. Aqua, remember aqua, water, dehydration. If your problem is your makeup absorbs into your skin, you feel tight and dry, but it doesn't feel sore, but you know that your skin needs a bit more of a glow, try to rehydrate. Aquaporin is dehydration. There is a cream for dry, a cream for normal to combination. There's one for all skin types that has SPF. There's an eye cream. So, excuse the dropping it around. So again, if you are someone who has what I call really tight eye and your eyes get itchy, Aquaporin is for you. Really light, really hydrating. Anti-aging. Now, okay, slightly older skins, and when I say that, I mean anyone with any wrinkle they don't like. I'm not discriminating. I'm not saying you have to be 50 plus, 40 plus, 30 plus. If you have any kind of fine line or wrinkle, you are Hyaluron-Filler. If you want to move up from that, you are Elasticity+Filler. How far you take it depends on you, your funds, your lifestyle. All I can tell you is there is something for everyone. I hope I've given you a brief overview in terms of, oh God, I could talk all day, and I'm conscious I don't want to do that because I think I'll just make it more confusing. I'm pretty well versed. I dug deep, and then when I spoke to the brand, I said, can you please send me your training manual? It's over 100 pages long, and it was, to me, it's just like, it's how I think my kids are when they're watching Game of Thrones. The big ones, I don't let the little ones watch it. If you have any questions, I will try and answer below, and if I can't answer them, I will pass them on to the derms at Eucerin. Hopefully that has given you a brief idea and touched on the enormity of what this range can do with very few products within each sphere. So think of the Excel spreadsheet, Dermo Purifier, Atto range, Hyaluron-Filler. Find out which one you are more concerned with, and then you cherry pick from within that, like I have, whether or not you are dry, combination, whichever way the cookie crumbles, people. I am going to go and play. I hope you enjoyed this. I will link everything below with as much sort of triggering detail next to it so that you can remember what I've said about each product and who they're for. And then any questions, let me know, and I will see you next week. Bye.